Hello, my name is Dwayne Dawkins. I work for Gabriel Dumont Institute in the province of Saskatchewan out of Saskatoon. I'm Indigenous Apprenticeship Manager or Employment Service Manager for the Indigenous Apprenticeship Program in Saskatchewan. I'd like to welcome you to See Your Future Career Fair, and I hope that you will get valued input and information out of this career fair. Gabriel Dumont Institute, or as we call it in the province of Saskatchewan, GDI for short, was incorporated in 1980. The role of GDI was to help our Métis citizens of Saskatchewan find training and employment. We work with our Métis people to identify barriers that will assist them to find valued careers and move on to the employment field. Gabriel Dumont Institute implements employment and earnings and skills gaps of Saskatchewan Métis through demand-driven skills development for long-term quality career success. How do we do that? We do that through a variety of programs. I'd like to highlight a few of them just to kind of give you a quick definition of what these programs are. And again, other than the Indigenous Apprenticeship Program, these programs are Métis specific. Our Indigenous Apprenticeship Program, again, reflects Métis, First Nations, and Inuit people in the designated trades. So in saying that, I would just want to kind of tell you a little bit about what these programs are. So what we have is a career assessment program. What does that mean, career assessment program? The Career Assessment Program, or CAP, provides research and exploration, diagnostic assessment, and employment counseling to all funded clients, okay? Non-funded clients and persons who are not eligible clientele. The CAP also is aimed to assist eligible Métis clients who require monetary assistance to acquire documents necessary to admission into approved training and employment, okay? Things like criminal records check. Maybe you need a criminal records check to be able to get it, become a, EC, or early education counselor in the school system. So types of things like that. So you need a criminal records check because you may be working with children. So we would help assist in those areas. Another one is a PreCareer Skills Development Program. The PreCareer Skills Development Program aims to assist Métis clients to transition towards being ready, willing, and able to work to pursue post-secondary training or employment. The Occupational Skills Training Program aims to assist Métis clients in preparing for the workforce by attending recognized provincial or federal accredited institutions that will help them maintain long-term quality employment. So here we're talking about our post-secondary institutions, from our SAS polys to universities to any institutes or universities recognized federally. Saskatchewan would be with the Ministry of Education, right? So that's your LPN programs, your RN programs at university, any of the trades programs, pre-employment trades programs that SAS Poly runs. So anything that has accreditation to it, OST is the program for Métis people to get funding to go there, okay? The next one that we want to talk about is work experience. What does Work Experience Program do for you? The Work Experience Program, or WEP, W-E-P, aims to assist Métis individuals transition to career-related employment to develop marketable skills and experience. Typically, these wage subsidy programs work with individuals that now have to transition to employment. And what I mean by that is, when they're coming out of pre-skills and you're done your training, let's say you're going into business administration and you've done the certificate and now you've done your diploma, and you want to take the time off and learn, apply what you've learned in the school, the theory-based, and work towards it and put it to work in an employment position. We would work with employers, and you'd identify an employer that you may want to work with, put them on a subsidy, wage subsidy program where we'd offset some of the costs, wage costs, and some of the monetary costs for you to help you learn as you go, with the hope and the attempt, and here's the hope and the attempt, that that employer will keep you on after your wage subsidy has completed. So really it's work experience. So it's learning what you've applied it at your educational institute and applying it in the daily activities of work. That type of whole work that you've worked for and learned in, say, SAS Poly or SID or Dumont Technical Institute, now you get to apply through wage subsidy in a work experience area, okay? The one that I'm most favorable to is the Indigenous Apprenticeship Program, because I am the Employment Service Manager for that program itself. What does that program involve? That program involves working with Métis, First Nations, and Inuit, the citizens of Saskatchewan, to help them find positions and to become red seal journey persons in any trade, designated trade in Saskatchewan. How do we do that? We also do that through a variety of ways. How do we get involved into a trade? What is a trade? What is a journey to a trade for somebody looking to get into a trade? It's one of many things. First off is you have to make a decision of what trade you would like to be into. Be able to research that trade and what aspires to you. What brings you to want to be into that trade? Because there is many designated trades in Saskatchewan. For instance, millwrights, carpenters, plumbers, many of those general people that you see come working on houses, scaffolders, those people that are working on residential, commercial areas, those people that come fix your furnaces, your hot water heaters. Those people are all tradespeople. The carpenters that build the homes, those are all tradespeople. As an apprentice, you earn while you learn on the job. You graduate with little to no debt, which is something that university students carry lots of debt through student loans. Tradespeople, not so much. You can do two things in the trades. You can find a job with a skilled employer that has a journey person on site and start to work in that trade. I'll talk a little bit about indenturing later. There's also, you can go to school. If you feel that you're not confident in a trade and you would like to go to a pre-employment skills-based training program, you can do that. You can do that through Sask Polytech, Saskatchewan Indian Institute of Technologies or SIIT, Dumont Technical Institute or DTI. Very often have these trade programs running from anywhere from 4 to 6 months that you can enroll in. What does it take to get into it? You must meet the education levels of any trade, designated trade in Saskatchewan. That is minimum requirement. So what? You can do the pre-employment and go to school, or you can find an employer and earn while you learn and learn that trade. Typically, you will work anywhere from 1 to 4 levels in that trade, earning hours within that trade to be able to go back to school, or what we call leveling up. What is leveling up about? Leveling up after anywhere from 16 to 1800 hours will allow you for Saskatchewan Apprenticeship Trades Certification Commission, or SATCC for short, will notify you to return to school. When you go back to school, you may go back to school from anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. Due to COVID right now, many of our apprentices are 4 weeks online learning and then 4 weeks in the classroom to be able to keep everybody socially safe from COVID. If you are called to training, you then have to pass that training level and you will then become a level 1, level 2 apprentice in that trade. Every time you go back to school, you earn more money. You earn 30% of the journey person's wage. So let's talk a little bit about the technical training. Technical training, as I said, can be delivered on campus or off campus. And again, due to COVID, lots of our training is being on campus and then as labs, and then you go home and you're working on your laptops and doing your theory-based. Once you've written that exam, you now become a level 2 apprentice in your designated trade. Anywhere from 16 to 1800 hours later, you will be called back to technical training again. You'll do this anywhere from 3 to 4 times. When you get to 7,800 hours, or anywhere from 7,800 to 8,000 hours, you then are eligible to write your interprovincial red seal or national level red seal, which then brings you to journey person status. Notice I say journey person status. It is not journeymen. We have many women working in the trades now and are very good trades women. And so we say journey person status to reflect all peoples within those trades. Once you finish technical training, you may return back to your employer and start to work again, gaining the indenturable hours. Indenturable hours are hours signed off between you and your journey person in certain areas, saying you have learned this much in this area. As you gain those hours, of course, then you'll be called back to technical training. There's forms that you must fill out in order to be registered as an apprentice in Saskatchewan with Saskatchewan Apprenticeship Trades Certification Commission, SATCC. So when you fill those forms out, then you become a legal authorized tradesperson in that designated trade. As we build those indenturable hours, hence you go back to technical training. And as I mentioned, once you get to anywhere from 7,800 to 8,000 or 7,500 to 8,000 hours, then have the right to write your interprovincial red seal exam. Once you have done that, you are a journey person. Now, does your career end there? Absolutely not. You have options. You can also go into a blue seal training, which gives you your education levels in business, which allows you then to maybe work towards a designated trade that you're in and start a viable business in it, in construction electrician, being a plumber. That's how lots of these plumbing businesses, electrical businesses, and the trade businesses start, is they get journey person status, work in it for many years, and then say, I know this business, I want to work for myself. And then they start hiring apprentices to work underneath their company, their journey person. So through the Blue Seal, Gold Seal standards, which Gabriel Dumont Institute also offers through the Pathways for Entrepreneurship program, which is an economic-based program to help businesses thrive. Economic growth. Okay, that's what we're trying to do, is build Métis businesses that will thrive within this economics, but also, be a part of society of Saskatchewan and Canada, of course. So business is our Pathways Entrepreneurship program, okay? We also work with the Métis Nation University Sponsorship, which is new, our second run at this, where we put university students and help them with income supports, tuition and books, which is new and innovative for us, as previously we were only able to fund the last year of a degree program. Now we can work with all Métis University students, right to master's, to PhD levels. So that's very, very exciting for Gabriel Dumont Institute and for our Métis people in Saskatchewan. Finally, the one that GDI works really closely on is our partnership programs, where we work with employers, we work with educational institutions, we also work with community-based organizations and NGOs and CBOs, I guess, to work in partnership with the recruitment and retention of our people into employment fields. So we cover just about everything. If there's nothing that GDI doesn't cover, if you're a Métis, want to get an education or want to retrain, Gabriel Dumont is the place for you. Let's talk a little bit about how we get involved with GDI, or if you were curious and wanted to find out the training programs there that you want to go back to, or employment opportunities. So first you'd register. How do you do that? You'd register with one of our offices across Saskatchewan. We currently have 11 offices across Saskatchewan. And I'll go through them really quick. We have offices in Lawash. We have offices in Isle Cross, Beauval, North Battleford, Meadow Lake, PA. We have subsidiary offices in Nipawin. We also have a subsidiary office in La Ronge. We have one in Yorkton, Saskatoon, and Regina. So those are the areas that you, regardless of where you're from, you can go to the nearest GDI office and book an appointment. You make that appointment, and again, due to COVID, we have some distance teachings, I guess, or career counseling through a distance, as we are not allowing people to come into the offices of yet unless we have a designated time for you. So you would phone the GDI office. You would tell them that you're interested in employment or in training. You would meet with an employment counselor. The employment counselor would then go through and work with you to identify barriers, history, what have you done in the past, what's your interest areas now, and what are you looking for in the future. And then you would start from there. And your career could go anywhere from going again to post-secondary education, university if you're eligible, to apprenticeship if that's what you want to do and you want to get into a designated trade and make your career into that. So that's what Gabriel Dumont Institute, that's your first steps, I guess, as to how do I get involved with Gabriel Dumont Institute, how do I find stuff out. We also have a very, very interactive website that you can go to that also outlines our programs and services and kind of gives you a description of what they are. And along with contact information and our offices across Saskatchewan. So that's how you first get involved with Gabriel Dumont Institute if you're interested in training and employment initiatives, opportunities that are out there. I would like to talk to you about the obligations of a client to GDI. I was an employment counselor previous to becoming a manager of GDI. I've been in educational, training, recreational programs. I worked with the City of Saskatoon. I've worked with many bands and tribal councils, many institutes, both education and non. I was academic advisor at the University of Saskatchewan. And one commonality that I found through everything is that for Indigenous people, it is your responsibility. Now I want to make you truly understand this. It is your responsibility to determine your career and your aspirations. Don't be shy. Typically our Indigenous people are shy. Don't be shy to ask. No question's a dumb question. If you don't know, you ask. And if you need training and employment and you want to change your life around, GDI is here to help you. But it is you and only you that must take that step to come see us or make that phone call to come see us to help us change your life to better the employment, better your education, better the economy, better your family. How do we become balanced? Our elders tell us, be balanced first for you. Because if you're balanced, your family's balanced. If your family's balanced, your community is balanced. And if your community is balanced, the rest of the world's balanced. Be smart. Be smart. Understand your career. Understand who you are, why you want that career, what's the value to you in that career, and we can help you. So in saying that, the only person that's holding anybody back is you. If you're not taking that step and you're sitting stagnant, not good. Be proactive. Take the step. Make sure that you phone GDI. Talk to our employment counselors about opportunities that GDI has for you, because we're here to help you. We've been here since 1980 and we'll continue to help our Métis Indigenous peoples of Saskatchewan to better themselves, to be vibrant citizens of Saskatchewan and of Canada. So in saying that, don't be shy, take the step, give us a call, we can help you.